Okay, now we're going to talk about how to create a high converting Amazon listing. And this is crucial. Why? Because this is your advertising page. This is the page that people are going to come to and be able to determine whether they see enough value in your product from the words that you use and the images that you put up to be willing to put out their wallet and use their credit card and then buy from you. So let's go into it. We're going to talk about specifically a couple things. How to create the high or the best converting title for your product. Number two, how to add emotionally compelling images that will motivate people to buy. Three, how to write the kind of high converting descriptions that motivate people to purchase products. Providing valuable bonuses to motivate them again to make that decision to buy from you. And then how to provide a lot of social proof in the form of reviews so that people will be motivated to or compelled or all of a sudden the risk is going to be minimized because they see all these other people who've gone before them who praise the product so much, and how to create that so that people will buy from you. So first of all, let's talk about how to create a high converting title. And again, we're going to go through a video of an example of one of the best examples of a great Amazon page. It should probably be in a textbook on how to create the right page to be able to get people to buy. And it's almost like a no-brainer for them. It's like the perfect product for them. And we're going to look at exactly what that looks like. But there's a couple criteria that makes a really great converting title. And the title, of course, is the description of the main description of your product. But the great thing about Amazon, it gives you a lot of room to add a whole lot of the words up there as well. So what is the number one thing you want to have in your title? The brand. You definitely want the brand name, your brand name in that title. Why? Because eventually your brand is going to become popular because of the great products that you put out there, so people will actually look for you. You put your product unique name as well in that title. So you put your brand, Baker's Delight, and your product unique brand, fascination, cupcake liners, or whatever you want to call it. But the product unique name should be in the title as well. Of course, you add your USP in the title. Why? Because that's the biggest, the one thing that you want to make sure that people know and feel about your product, that unique selling proposition, that one thing that makes you so better, so different than everybody else. Me personally, I like to put it in all caps so that people will not miss it. Now, granted, some people say you shouldn't do that. Other people say, yay. Amazon doesn't really care. I'd say go ahead and do it so to make sure that people see it. Um, I like to list other benefits in the title as well. Why? Because I want to captivate the person to continue to read my description and wow, this product has everything I've been looking for. That's the response I want people to have. So I'll add a lot of benefits in the title that they're looking for as well. I also list keywords in the title. Why? Because search engines do find those Amazon pages as well. Also in Amazon, it has its own search engine. Then it looks for specific keywords. So I try to look for the most popular keywords that include my product or lead people to my product, and I'll use it in the title as well. Generally, I try to massage it until it fits really, really well with everything else. I don't want it just to stand out. But yeah, I try to get that keyword in there as well. And of course, you put it all together in an emotionally compelling way. In other words, that you string it together in such a way that people feel like it just flows, it motivates them to make a purchase, and it leads them at least to the rest of the page to get more information to make the purchase. And of course, what I try to do always is keep testing it and testing it and testing it, even every day, just making tweaks, or every couple days, tweaks until you find the right ad or advertisement or listing that will get people to start buying. The next part we need to focus on, which I think is just as important, is those emotionally compelling Amazon images. As you've seen, every listing has a picture, and if you don't have a picture, I believe that Amazon sort of like keeps it from being listed um, in their general product category listings. But you have to make sure you have a great picture. Now, I always say don't just use one picture. Fill it up with 6 to 8 high quality pictures, images. And again, they say try to use something with 1,000 by 1,000 pixels. Why? Because there's something about the zoom feature that when you hover over the picture, it just pops out that customers love. So you want to make sure you get these big pictures. but they've got to be emotionally compelling, kind of showing a lot of the benefits that people are going to get, the vision of a better future of what the product's going to do for them, the product in action, in the best light possible. And the best part that we're going to look at is how to be able to take any picture and turn it into that with something called Photoshop. Again, you don't have to do the Photoshop. We can hire somebody else to do it. And later on, we'll look at an example of what that exactly looks like. These Photoshop pictures, but they look so good that it almost compels you to buy the product. Actually, it does, and that's why they're doing so well. But where do you get them? Where do you get these kind of images? Well, number one, the wholesale sources, the places you got you're buying your product from. They have a lot of pictures and great ones too. I mean, big ones, professionally made ones. Ask them for those pictures, and they will send them to you. Stock photo sites, one of the best ones I always like, 123rtf.com is a great source to go to. Stock photos is great there. I mean, they're inexpensive, but you get great sizes, great stuff you can use from there as well. Get it from your competitors. Hey, what I say, and what I mean by your competitors, don't take your competitors' pictures then put them on yours. No, take your competitors' pictures, then use Photoshop and create it and make it your own, or get something similar to the competitors' pictures and then just enhance it with your own specific, unique touch. Google has a ton of images that you can utilize as well. Granted, a lot of those, they're just out there. I just use Google to try to give me image ideas. I mean, amazing some of the images you can find, but then you could always find those images somewhere else. Or you can even get somebody to take pictures for you. And where's the best place, I think, for that? Fiverr. You can go to Fiverr, hire a photographer or a graphic artist to enhance your photos. In other words, you can take those photos that you find, whether from your wholesale sources, stock photo, and they can add the brand, the logo, the actual product in action. They could do all that for you on Fiverr for $5. Also, they can even take the pictures for you for $5 and send them to you in digital form. They can add emotional and compelling enhancements to make the products more compelling for people to buy. But all that for $5. But again, you need 6 to 8 high quality pictures. Do not settle for 1 or 2. Just go for as many as you can. Why? Because the more pictures your customer has, the more they'll be motivated to buy. Now, again, one thing I was going to mention as well is you can't. Amazon doesn't let you use text on your videos. I mean, on your pictures. So you must communicate in pictures, but the best pictures. So make sure you try to communicate the best message through your pictures. Okay, let's go to the descriptions. Now, this is a combination between the bullets that I'm sure you've seen under the title, the pictures on the left-hand side, and then the bullets are right under there. And then, of course, the description on the bottom. There's also another place that you added descriptions to. Now, high converting descriptions. For the bullet points, I generally focus on just making sure you put as many benefits as you can. As many as you can. I try to start out putting them all in caps and then describe them a little bit detail in regular letters so that they can really stand out for people, for those who don't like to read details. But the idea is you put as many benefits as possible for each one of those lines that they give you. And I believe they give you 5 lines to do it. As for the description on the bottom, I like to focus on the 5 Ps. Now, granted, you can do this throughout the entire ad and the entire listing. But the 5 Ps primarily and these come from copywriting, training, is you focus on 5 things that help motivate the customer to make a buying decision. Number 1, you talk about their problem. Talk about the problem that your product fixes. Why? Because that's where they're coming to look at your product, because they have an issue or conflict or something that they need fixed or resolved, and they think your product can do it. As soon as you touch upon what their issue is, they feel like you understand them, and they feel like they want to hear more of what you have to say. So next is give them the promise. Tell them what your product can do. List all the benefits that your product promises and how it can alleviate all their pain, help them be happier, healthier, sexier, you name whatever it is, leaner, thinner, more richer, whatever it is. You go ahead and start giving them all those promises. Again, you don't want to sell it too much because people don't like to be sold; they like to buy. They like to help. They like people to help them to buy. But again, make the promise because they're looking for it. Give them a picture. Start describing what a vision of a better future utilizing your product would look like. Describe it in words. Give them a story or something. Give them an idea in their heads. Again, your pictures will help, but again, describe it to them. That will also help as well. How about proof? Add supporting evidence that your product can fulfill on its promise. And that could be from credentials, testimonials, um, just certifications, you name it. Whatever those things are, add them on there because they'll just help the client make a better decision or the customer make a better decision. Then the push. Make sure you encourage your customer to buy. Put on the bottom of that description, buy now. Get yours today. A lot of Amazon listings do not have this, and I don't understand why. But put it in there and make it very commanding. Buy yours now so people can take action on your suggestions. So that's how you write high converting descriptions. Let's talk about adding valuable bonuses. You think, hey, Will, the description should be enough. No way. People need as much reason to buy as possible. So the more value you build, the less the price is an issue and the more they'll be willing to buy. Because all of a sudden the risk minimizes because you see all the benefits that they're getting. So add a lot of valuable bonuses. Give away many free bonuses that will make your product more valuable. Like what? Valuable accessories. Hey, if you can add an accessory, add it in there. And whatever that accessory is, it could be a case, it could be a wrist strap, it could be you name it, whatever it is, add it to it because it'll just seem more valuable. I like adding, ebooks that people can download, and then that way they can get on my email list while they're doing it. So buy product-specific ebooks from private label rights sites that kind of deal with your specific subject. Buy it super cheap for $1 or $2, and then give it away to your customers as a download or something because they will love the information. Also, another thing you can do too is add a competitor product, a competitor complementary item for free. If there's something your competitor is selling, that'll be a great complementary accessory for your product. Go ahead and bundle them together and then just sell the product at a higher price or the same price, but it'll just motivate your customer to buy because they see all the powerful value that they're getting from your product. Now let's talk about adding powerful social proof, and that's in the form of reviews. So the idea is that you need to get as many positive reviews as possible. Why? Because the reviews do something. They reduce the risk in purchasing for the customer. So imagine you're adding all these things, the images, the title, the description, the bonuses, you're adding all these incredible extras, and then you remove the risk from them, and all of a sudden it's the perfect formula for people to buy. So you want to reduce the risk as much as possible, and there's nothing that does that more than reviews because other people have gone ahead of them and tested the product. And again, sometimes the reviews will determine if you get a sale or not. I have had started a brand new product and no sales. All of a sudden, I asked someone to test the product, asked them to give me a review. They gave me the review. I got a sale the next day. It's amazing how much reviews will motivate people to buy. A great way to get reviews is doing that, is to have people test the product for you and give you a review. They'll be happy to test it. They'll be happy to give a review. Again, it won't be a verified purchase review, which we're going to talk about later, but it doesn't matter. Sometimes people just look at those 5 stars. That motivates them to know that other people have tested the product and they felt great about it. So, they'll go ahead and purchase it. Or another great way to do it as well is to give away the product for free and get a review for it. This is okay with Amazon. Amazon actually encourages this. So give away the product for an honest review, and then that's a great way to be able to get more and more people to review your product. So the next exercise we're going to be doing, we're going to be looking at an example of a successful Amazon listing in the next video. We're also going to be looking at a video on how to set up an Amazon selling account. Some of you are probably wondering, well, how do I set this up? Well, we're going to go ahead and go through a video on how to exactly do that. Then we're going to look at how to set up the actual product listing itself. Now, you will need something called UPC codes, and I want to encourage you to go to eBay and buy them there. You can buy a set of 250 UPC codes, and UPC codes are product-specific codes. Because you're sort of creating a brand new product with a brand new brand that you're creating yourself, it's going to need its own unique product code, or UPC code. So go ahead and get a list of those from eBay. It costs about $10 for 250 of them, and then we're going to use those to set up your product listing. So we're going to be doing that on the next video. Again, we're going to be setting up the Amazon selling account, the listing, and setting up your product listing process, your UPC codes, and how to add the information to the form.